2020 kicked off without its signature fireworks show right here in Seattle. Fans instead got this, a light show from the Space Needle that left New Year enthusiasts a bit underwhelmed.
Yo.
My brother.
Doctors from the CDC are now here in Washington State monitoring this situation. They say, above all, the risk to the general public is quite low and that they've gotten on top of this quite quickly.
2020 started off with some absolute highs and some absolute lows. It's been a year that I certainly won't forget, but I wanted to document a little bit of the coronavirus and what's been going on in downtown Seattle. In this footage right here, you can see me driving into the city through what we call the S-curves of Seattle. It's a stretch of road that kind of curves as you go into the city. Normally on a Saturday afternoon, these would be absolutely blocked with standstill traffic, and you wouldn't be able to get in or drive this way by any accounts. After easily finding parking on the waterfront, I went towards the Ferris wheel, which is normally a very popular area, and I was surprised by how few people were actually in the city and were practicing what is being dubbed as social distancing. This area right here is by the Seattle Aquarium, and you can see the activity is very low. There's not a lot of people around. Pike Place Market was one of the more interesting parts of what I saw. People were not crowding around where they were throwing fish. And this, again, keep in mind, this on a Saturday. The gum wall was empty. People weren't taking their selfies like crazy. The amount of precaution and awareness to this coronavirus was really high. While getting lunch at my favorite restaurant in Pike Place, Pasta Casalinka, I was talking to the employees, and they unfortunately said traffic had been significantly down. That was sad to hear because small businesses are very vulnerable during this pandemic. Nonetheless, the pasta was excellent, however. Next, I went to the Chinatown district to see what was going on over there. To my surprise, I noticed a lot of the businesses were closed. A lot of the stores just weren't open, and the restaurants, the ones that were open, were empty. Like, not even anyone sitting inside of them. It was pretty interesting. On my way back, I did drive by the Life Care Center of Kirkland, which is where all the deaths, unfortunately, were happening. It was quite a sad scene, and there was a lot of news cameras and news anchors that were actually live on air talking about the facility. In Washington State, we're pretty protected by our geographical advantages. We don't get hurricanes or other natural disasters, so the public freakout in gathering resources has been at an absolute high. Costco has lines just out the door and around the block. In this scene right here with the water, I was standing in the exact same spot one night, and the next night I went back, and this was the end result of just 24 hours. And this is also with them limiting 2 cases per person. Overall, even though the paranoia has been high at the grocery stores with no toilet paper or people walking up and down the aisles with masks on, it's bearable. It's getting worse, but I did stock up. I have a lot of foods, a lot of non-perishable frozens. I leave on Tuesday to head out to Florida. We'll see how much of this food is good when I get back, but I'd rather be out of this area and at my other home so I can kind of get away from some of the craziness that's going on.